Good morning, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. This is the card we're making today. It's using the Bird Ballad paper and the Free as a Bird stamp set and the Layered Leaves embossing folder. So let's get started. I just got done getting back from my daughter's wedding over the weekend, and she's a very beautiful bride. I'm very happy for her. She's on her honeymoon. They're traveling different places. Anyway, let's get started on this card. I've written down on the card on my pieces the sizes so I don't forget, and sponge dauber because we're going to do a little bit of sponging. Let's see if I can find the right one here. Maybe this one will work. I think most of my sponge daubers have color on them, so we'll see what we can come up with here. First thing we're going to do, we have a card base in Whisper White. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is Old Olive, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I embossed it with the Layered Leaves embossing folder, so we can glue that on. No, can't glue that yet because I got to put the. Let's back up. Let's work on this. This is Calypso Coral, 5 3/8 by 2 5/8. This is the Bird Ballad paper, 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. It was a real challenge to get, without wasting too much paper, to get my little birds. And this is the label that I stamped with We're the Best of Friends, 3 by 1 1/2. No, 3 by 1/2 inch. That's what that is. I stamped it with black memento. And if I didn't say, this is 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. So what I want to do is take my crumb cake. I'm not sure what color we have on here, so let's just go over here. I must have washed it. So we're going to take the crumb cake and we're going to sponge around this with crumb cake, just so it looks a little bit distressed, not really distressed, but give it some color instead of just white. I'm trying to decide what my next video is going to be. I'll show you another card that I made with this Bird Ballad paper. I'm going to sponge this. I just like the way the sponging kind of frames your piece so it's not just stark white. I love these little birds. If you don't want to use, if you don't have this paper and you just have the stamp set, you can take the stamp set and stamp this on Whisper White, and then you can stamp some flowers and leaves around it. Get the same effect without using the paper. Oh, let's do this piece. This goes on the inside. I just took a little piece. It's 1 3/4 by 1 3/8. Yeah. And I just took a little piece because we're going to put this on the inside of the card. It's just a little something to dress up the inside of the card. You don't have to do this, but there's little scraps of paper with birds, you know, from the same paper. I just thought it looked cute on the inside. So, there's that. The other thing we're using is this braided linen trim. And I already have that cut, or tied into a bow. I haven't cut it yet. So the first thing we're going to do is glue this to this. I should be getting a paper pumpkin hopefully this week for the month of July. I'm looking forward to that. I enjoy working with paper pumpkin, trying to think up alternatives for you. Sometimes it's a challenge for me, but it's fun. And then I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. I want to, I got an order, Stampin' Up! Order with 2 other designer series paper that I'm going to play with this next week. Try and come up with something for you with that. And I want to work on some things with stamping my own backgrounds. See what I can come up with. I always have so much of the DSP left and I'm going, wow, what am I going to do with all this paper? So it's been a real challenge to sometimes for me to try and use it up. Now this needs to be edge to edge and up a little bit. Like so. And then we're going to take our little ribbon that I've already tied. I always tie these around something to get my bow. So that if I don't do it this way, then my bow, if I just try to glue my bow on, it comes off of whatever it is I've stuck it to, because for some reason glue dots don't work that well sometimes. So I want it on the side. So what I'm going to do is trim over here. I don't want to trim too much, but and then I'll use a glue dot. I put them here somewhere here. Oh, here they are. Just on the back of this, so it kind of helps hold it in place. And it's pretty small, so I got these little tiny glue dots from one of my paper pumpkins. So that's what we're going to use on the back of this bow. It just kind of holds it in place. Oh, it's been raining here, and when you know it, I've got to replace the vent on my above the bathroom in my camper. I went up there to check it out and was looking at it and touching it, and it just disintegrated. So I had to cover it. I thought, well, it's a beautiful day. I shouldn't have to worry about rain, but I covered it anyway with a large plastic garbage bag, and used a couple boards to hold it in place. And then that next day, or that night or something, I don't remember, it started raining. I said, wow, am I glad I put that garbage bag on there. It would not have been nice. So what I'm doing is just taping this down, and it helps hold it in place, because we're going to glue it onto the front of the card here. Just like that. Anyway, I got to replace that, and then I got to get up there and check the other ones to see what kind of shape they're in. The sun, kind of being out in the weather, I have no place to park it under cover, so being out in the weather, it kind of deteriorates the plastic that the vents are made out of. So I'm having to do a few repairs on it. I'd like to use it for a while. I don't have campers are expensive. Okay, then I took and put 3 dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. And I used the large ones because they're gonna kind of stick on top of that. So I put the dimensionals on the back of this. And my daughter's wedding was outside at her new in-laws house, and they did a wonderful job. It was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. I've never seen my daughter so happy. Okay, that's centered as best I can. Okay, that's the front. And then the inside, I've already stamped Thanks for Being You. So I've used the sentiments from this. I used We're the Best of Friends and Thanks for Being You. And I took my little bird that I trimmed off of who knows where, this paper. It's just an edge little piece that was left over. I have a hard time throwing little pieces away, and I thought that this looked cute here. Just like that. And this one looks like this on the inside, a little bit different. I just thought it was cute having a little bird there. Just kind of center it as best you can there. There. That looks pretty good. And that's a card for today. It turns out cute. This looks crooked. That looks better. And I was going to show you the other card that I made with the same designer series paper, just a different pattern. Looks like this. Very similar. And then I used the stitch dies that come, you can buy this this stamp set, and the dies look like this, and save 10% when you buy them together. These are really nice. And I raised this up on dimensionals, put some rhinestones on there, and used a piece of the burlap. And this is Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and Pool Party. And I cut this out with the stitched, rectangle stitched framelits. But anyway, these are the cards. This is the card for today, and this is just another idea that you can use. I think I'm going to go in and put some rhinestones on that, kind of dress it up a little bit. Let's do that. I think that would look pretty. Let's put this one over here. Let's see. Got lots of rhinestones, might as well use them. Put one on that flower. And one on this flower. And about one on that flower. That looks good. I'll put some on this one too. Sometimes I forget to use these, and they really do add something to the card when you put a little bit of bling on there. Sometimes it almost looks like dewdrops. Let's put this one right. Let's put it right here. Right on this one. Oops. I don't know where that went, but it went flying. Like a little tiddlywink. Used to play tiddlywinks to try and get them in the dish. I don't know if you knew that game. Probably dates me. Anyway, our cards for today. Give me a thumbs up if you like them. Let me know what you think. Next week I'm going to be doing something completely different paper. it'll be fun. I'm enjoying my card making. Remember, this month, for every $50 that you purchase in July, you get a coupon for $5 to use in August. If you're interested in ordering from me, just go to my website, elainedotson.stampinup.net, and you can order there. If you want to sign up as a demonstrator, there's a special going on for demonstrators as well this month. So, hey, enjoy your day. I hope that it's a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and hit the little bell to get notifications of my videos.